All right, welcome back to the show, folks. Dr. James Townsend. I heard you got one of those girls' numbers the other day.
Don't tell.
I'm sorry.
Get me in trouble.
I know. Yeah, Sarah might not like that too much.
No.
Right. Sorry, Sarah. I was just lying. Anyway, we've got some definite retro Americana going on here. Kind of tell the folks at home what these are, what we got, these little booklets.
Well, what we have here are now called chick tracks, and that's Tracts. And they started about mid-60s. They started, and they've kind of evolved, and now there used to be several different versions and types, and
right.
companies making them out, and Christian entities making them. But now they've kind of they're only produced by the company Chick, which is chick.com, like a baby chicken, chick.com. Those, you can read those there. We're not going to go into too much detail because of the sensitivity of the matter.
Yeah, and I just want to make a quick disclaimer up front. You know, we're not making a commentary on religion at all. I mean, whatever religion you are, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It's, you know, that's kind of the American philosophy is, you know, you can be whatever you want to be, whatever religion. And we're not saying one's better than the other or anything. We're just saying that these exist. I mean, I remember these. I went to church camp in the mid-'80s. It's Kiamichi down in southeast Oklahoma, and they had a gift store, and these things they were all over the place. So when James told me he had these, I'm like, I remember those. So just a little disclaimer: we're not trying to say anything bad. We're just saying these exist, and it is part of American history.
It's a niche of Americana.
Yeah.
It's a great art form, really. In fact, this one, Who Me, is kind of goes into the communists spent millions of dollars printing their propaganda in cartoon format. The results were extremely successful. So then it goes on to saying how you can pass out chick tracts and promote the word of God. But we got a bunch of different ones. Some of them are sensitive titles. You know, these guys really kind of approach some. They were
pretty,
subjects.
you know, they're pretty hardcore to a certain extent about it. You know, one way or another. And like I said, it doesn't matter to me. We're just saying that these existed. So let's go. Here's one that actually is
sensitive.
It's you know, it affected all of us in America. It didn't matter what religion you are. And this one I guess is new. Yeah, there's the website in the back, so this is definitely. New. I mean, obviously it was 9/11, which was 2001. So,
but here's some old ones from the 60s.
Yeah, these seem like they could almost be a commercial that we would have featured on this show. I can almost hear the background music with the, you know, some Igor Stravinsky in the background or something.
And these aren't really as venomous as some of the newer ones.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, the old ones were more like this one's kind of anti-evolution, brainwashed. But the other ones of the older time frame were kind of more, you know, anti-drug maybe, but they were not as tongue twisters or not as venomous as the new ones in some ways. But brainwashed, you know, it's got a nice little evolution change here. Have you been brainwashed by evolution? Not too big of one. What's particularly interesting is the anger towards Roman Catholics here. I don't know where that stems from, but there's a whole lot of them that, in fact, compare them to Nazism in some ways because it refers to Hitler and there's a lot of pictures of Hitler. But some interesting ones is the poor Pope and our Roman Catholics Christian. And what's interesting is a lot of these are printed in Spanish as well to kind of hit the Latino side of Roman Catholicism. I don't know why they would do such things, honestly. It's confusing. Here's one about the Holocaust as well.
The Holocaust, yeah. In regards to, I mean,
Catholics and Jews.
And they're lumping that in with...
They're lumping it in with the Catholics. Pretty interesting stuff. I don't necessarily believe a lot of that. On a lighter side, this one's kind of interesting. It says, "At last I'm free to live." And it's got this nice little guy who you know, starts a gang basically. He's pretty vicious towards white people. We'll get those white blacks for caging us in these slums. But then one day he hears a nice little sermon on the radio, and is changed forever. So I mean, that's good, right?
Is that the one with the knife? Then there's the knife.
No, let me
Is that,
find.
where's that one?
Where
Since we're
was
kind
that
of on
one?
that.
Misplaced.
Okay, here it is. We found it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Talking about his grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Grandma came along. A lot of these.
It's ra3epi. Yeah, is this like anti-hippie? Is that what this
Basically,
this is?
This is Zowie. This is where it's at. It's totally on a
Does he
trip.
have 2 turntables and a microphone?
Yeah, you know, I think it's interesting that he says Zowie because that's a Frank Zappa term.
Is it?
You know, wowie, wowie, zowie. And that's kind of a drug term in this one. But Frank Zappa never did any drugs, which is interesting.
He drank a lot of coffee.
Yeah, yeah. Anti-cocaine rock and roll one, that's always fun. One called Trust Me is very interesting. This guy basically trips out on drugs and then gets eventually thrown in jail for a large drug sting. And then he gets kind of carried away by this big, burly jail guy. And he's like, "Stop it! You're hurting me! Guards, help me! Stop!" So I don't know what's going on there, but he's pretty beat up afterwards, and then he gets AIDS and dies.
Oh my God! Yeah, that is wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't do drugs.
Here's a interesting Thanksgiving Day
The
one.
missing day. Thanksgiving. They're going after Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
What's wrong with Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with Turkey Day. You know, you get to eat a bunch of food, get full, watch the Detroit Lions get beat, and you know.
Yeah.
It's the Lions getting the crap beat out of them on Thanksgiving Day that's an American tradition.
The imagery is good, but the imagery is bad, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it is definitely, you know, they're going for the jugular.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, to an extent, you know, if I were part of an organization that was, you know, felt very strongly about something, I can't say that I wouldn't